Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello. Thank you. I'm so happy to have you all here. Okay, I have some music playing. I just want to check the sound. Can you hear me talking and the music playing, but I'm not being drowned out? It's hard to tell from here. Thank you so much. Okay, great. Do we have someone else in the waiting room? Hello, hello. Oh, we have so many people. I'm so excited. All right. And is everyone already seeing my screen as well? Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Let me change my view so I can see all of you. Awesome. I'm so happy to have you all here. I know you people might filter in a little bit still, but it's lovely to have you. Um, so I just want to start by checking in and yeah, that's tricky. You have football going at the same time, Kathy. Yeah, I'm sure you're not the only one. Um, one moment here. I'm gonna pull up the right screen for me. All right. And first, I'd like to just start off by making sure you know that this is a safe space. It's important to me to um, encourage and only allow support of one another, which I'm sure you all will only be, but I'd like to just put that out there so that um, you can hopefully feel comfortable sharing your experience and allowing yourself to be a little bit vulnerable. This is a supportive space for everyone here. Oh, we have someone else coming in. Fantastic. All right. Welcome, Hope. Good to have you.
Hi there.
All right. So I was just saying actually that you already know because you've been to my circles that this is a safe space for everyone to share. Everyone's going to be kind and supportive of each other. Um, and before we move on to hopefully have everyone settle in and feel comfortable, I'd like to start with a short grounding exercise. So you can settle in and tune into what your body is telling you right now. Okay, so we can take a few deep breaths. If you'd like, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. And as you do that, you can start to feel your body being supported by the chair beneath you. And take a deep breath in through the nose and a long, slow exhale through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, long exhale through your mouth. Let's just do that one more time. In and out. can start to open your eyes. And hopefully you're feeling present and grounded. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. We are going to have some fun with breaking the rules. It's November, but we're not doing gratitude. I love gratitude. It's an absolutely wonderful thing. But I am someone who's averse to doing what everyone else does. So I decided to do something a little bit different and break the rules. Yeah, okay. So here's how the next 30 minutes are going to go because I want to be mindful of everyone's time. First, I'd like to start out by finding out where you're at right now and where you want to be in the next year or so. And then we're going to explore the ways that I can support you to get you to where you want to be. And then we'll go into some art journaling for about 15 minutes to show you how this works. Does that sound good for everyone? You can nod, you can, yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so like I said, the first thing I'd like to do is find out sort of where you are. So for each one of you, if you want to put it in the chat or if you want to come off of mute, why now? What made you decide to join us today? If anyone wants to go first, I can pick on someone. It's okay if you don't feel comfortable, but I'd love to hear what brings you guys here.
I like your format.
Yeah, Pamela, what was that?
Yep, that was me. I like your format, and I wanted to see where you were going to go with this tonight.
Awesome. Great. Anyone else? Hope? Since I know you.
Yeah. Um, I think I think over the summer I hit kind of a wall and then I thought I was out of it and I wasn't. Um, and so I'm back to trying to get over the wall, through the wall, by the wall. I don't know, but like doing a lot of like avoiding my computer, like writing by hand, drawing, stuff like that. So, yeah. It's it's interesting to like think that like I feel better now and then you're like no. I get so that's fun.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here and this is definitely art and art journaling and journaling of other sorts um can be very helpful to help you process and kind of figure out why you're feeling that way. Hamira said trying to find something to do to relax, especially with school. Yeah, that's great. Gabriella says, I would say in the chaos of every day, I want to be able to be grounded and do something to calm me. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think one of the things that's very cool is, you can take the time to do something a little bit more involved, like we're maybe going to try to do now with paint and whatnot. But it's just really cool that you can have a notebook, and in those moments where you're feeling overwhelmed or something's bothering you, you might not have the words, something feels off, and you can just doodle a little bit and kind of see what comes out. And I've been listening to or finding a lot of research on just doing that motion and getting some things out onto the page can release some things that are kind of stuck inside. So yeah. So again, thank you everyone for being here. All right. So let's keep going. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Yeah, okay. So now I'd like for you to think a little bit about where you will be if your personal well-being and self-care practice continues as is. And you're welcome to just kind of contemplate this on your own, quietly, silently, or if you want to share, you're certainly very welcome to. So if it continues the way you are now, is that going to be good, not so good? And then a year from now, if you think about what would be the best case scenario for you, um, would that be that you're journaling most days and it's helping you feel really great? Um, Kind of just think that through. And then what would be like the good version of that?
No,
Mhm.
I need to look at
And
it.
what would be the not so good version? Would you be, unable to manage emotions and things of that sort? And I'm just going to assume that hopefully none of us will be in that kind of bad space a year from now, that X. Um, so yeah, kind of just thinking that through. Where would you like to be, and how do you think that'll feel? I would like to get into journaling again. Yeah, Hamira, journaling really is so incredibly valuable. And I've I myself have done written journaling, and absolutely nothing against it at all. It's just for me, I think it didn't always help me process. I felt like it would feel a little bit rote. So perhaps using art, um, for one, kind of can make it feel more fun if you're not necessarily as into writing. Um, and it can kind of help you get through some of those emotions and feelings a little bit better. Um, so I hope that it really helps you out. And so I created this wild framework to help my clients check in with themselves as they're doing their journaling and just going through their days in general. Um, I like to use this as a gentle reminder to help you embrace your kind of wild and free creative nature because we all have it. Um, Creating art is something that humans have done, for centuries. If you think of cave paintings and things like that, they were expressing themselves um, way, 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 way back. So as you flow through your art journaling today, I invite you to do so with wonder. Allow in inspiration when it speaks to you. And I want you to feel the liberation of creating without judgment or expectations and discover something that's inside that you maybe didn't know was there. Of course, you can't force that to happen, but if you're listening, the chances are much bigger that you will. You might have some aha moments that come up for you as you create. So, yeah, letting yourself be curious, letting yourself listen to those little bits of inspiration that might come in, let go of perfectionism, and listen to what your body is telling you. And now we get to the meat of it. Um, for about 15 minutes, I'm going to set a timer to make sure we stay on track because, you can get kind of sucked in. So let me get that going. And yeah, so before we do actually go right into it, I would like to ground one more time with, again, a few deep breaths. So settling back in. Again, I welcome you to either close your eyes or soften your gaze and feel yourself supported with whatever it is that is holding you right now. And take a deep breath in through the nose. And a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Again, in through your nose. Long exhale out through the mouth. One last time. In and out. You can keep your eyes closed for now and imagine a color swirling gently inside of you. Maybe it's bright and alive. Maybe it's muted and soft. There's no right or wrong here. Only what feels true to the moment. Usually that first one that comes up for you is the one you should stick with. It's the one that is most immediate and real to you in this moment. So just keep noticing. And if no color comes up, that's perfectly fine too. Sometimes that can be considered black or white. Just as you're continuing to imagine this, a few examples of different colors and their typical meanings. But of course, a lot of times these things can flow in and out and these meanings can be different, but I just wanted to share a little bit with you to see if anything resonates. So blue often can mean hope or peace. Red can signify passion or perhaps a restlessness. Yellow can signify hope and curiosity. Green can mean that there's a balance or a growth that's going on inside of you. Purple often can mean introspection, intuition. Now, I would like for you to notice where you feel or in your mind's eye see that color. Where in your body is it coming from? Is it perhaps in your heart space, in the chest, in the belly, behind your third eye? Where is it? And then let that color from that point where it's starting start to expand within you. Let it continue to expand as it fills your entire body, from your head to your toes. And maybe it even starts to grow and expand beyond you. Maybe you're even glowing in this light. This is your energy for tonight, whatever that might feel to you. So with that in mind, when you're ready, and start to bring slight movement back into your body, wiggle your fingers and toes, and open your eyes when you're ready. And as you open your eyes, if you have your art materials in front of you already or to your side, when you do kind of put your first gaze on any of your materials, see which one is the first one you notice. It could be of the same color that you were just imagining, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And if you don't have anything with color, that's perfectly fine too. Just start by noticing that and selecting that as we get started. And so again, as a quick reminder today we're breaking the rules. But I have to admit, there are no rules in art journaling. So what do I mean by that? What rules are we breaking? Well, I would like to dare you to break your own rules. What are your own rules? Rules about what art should look like. What colors go together and don't. What is a good color or a bad color? Maybe even like what colors you like or don't like. Maybe we can change that today. And maybe we can even explore how it would feel to associate different colors to different moods than what's commonly expected. So, as we continue, I would like to invite you to pick up your first implement, whatever it is that you're going to be journaling with, and we're going to try something called blind contour drawing. I find this a lot of fun. So pick anything that's in front of you. Perhaps maybe you have a mug of tea in front of you, or your keyboard, or your monitor, your pencil, anything. Pick something that's in front of you. And what we're going to do is look at that object that you select. And if anyone wants to put into the chat what object they selected, that would be kind of fun to know. And you're going to try and draw the shape of that object without looking at the page. And so part of what is happening here is you can't be perfect, right? So I'm going to throw perfectionism out the window if that's something you sometimes struggle with. Because if you're not looking at the page, I can't imagine it's going to come out exactly like the actual object. Even a trained professional, I imagine, would likely not do that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do that for a bit. Just looking at the object that you select, and just without looking at the page, drawing the basic shape of that object. No peeking, okay? And now you may feel like you're nowhere near done drawing this object, but go ahead and look down at it and notice, does it reflect the object in any way? Is it even close? And how does that make you feel? What are you thinking about that? So continuing on, if you do have color that you're working with today, choose the color that matches how you'd like to feel tonight. Or perhaps the color that showed up during our meditation a few minutes ago. And however you want to use it, a wash of color if you're using some paints, or a bold mark, or if you have any collage pieces, just start using that color and perhaps add it to the object that you just drew. You can fill it in, you can trace, you can completely paint over it and cover it up so that you can never see it again. It's all completely up to you. Is there another color that you'd like to work with? One perhaps, like I had kind of suggested earlier, is it a color that you think would not go well with your first color that you've chosen, or just a color that you don't like? See if you can kind of break those rules that you already have in your mind and see what comes up. I know personally I've taken a color I really didn't like, one of those like browny, kind of maybe like an ugly green brown color that you kind of, but then you put it with another color and they will both change suddenly. So typically when we're painting or drawing, we start with it in one direction and we typically keep it in that direction. There's a top, there's a bottom, right? There's a left, there's a right. What if you take it and flip it upside down? Let's break that rule that you have to keep it the way you started it. And how does it look to you? Would you keep continuing on with it in that direction? Does it suddenly become some kind of animal or something else when it's upside down? Allowing a little bit of that childlike wonder in the W of wild. Every time I show my daughter some of the abstract work I've done, it's like, oh, mommy, I like that rabbit you made. Oh, I didn't make a rabbit, but I guess there's a rabbit in there. So see if you can look at your own work that you're doing right now in that sort of way. What can you find in there? So amazingly, we've already hit our 15-minute mark. You're welcome to continue on doodling. As I continue, I just want to make sure that if anyone does have to go, that we move along. So I'd like to ask, What rule did you break tonight? Did you break any of your own rules? This can be something you just contemplate on your own, or if there's something that came up for you, you're very welcome to share. And take another look at your page. Notice how it reflects a part of you that's maybe a little wild, curious, and free, and is just willing to be exactly as it is. I'd like to, oh, go ahead. I was just trying to go with the flow instead of trying to be perfect. That's really great, Hamira. I'm so glad. And Gabriella says definitely the perfectionism was a rule I was able to break feels relieving. That's so fantastic. Yeah. I think this is such a great tool for breaking free of perfectionism. Because what's the harm in making something ugly or something that doesn't look like something, or it helps you practice that in a safe space.
I think I went the other way.
Oh yeah?
You know, like beneficially, like for me, not trying too hard is almost a perfectionism thing. Like, because it's like a hands off, like doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
And I find myself trying to like care about it.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you're breaking your own rule. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, yeah. That's
So
I love that about, I mean, just about anything, is that that different people can interpret the same exact experience in a completely different way. I think just so cool. And I feel like no matter what, it's helping, right?
right. And I was drawing this little red pencil sharpener
Uh-huh.
and I started with green and then I went to darker green and then I went to blue and then I like said, no, put the red in there and it looks it's like four different colors. I love it.
That's awesome. I love
Anyway,
that.
so
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. So just continuing on, I wanted to just share ways that you can continue to work with me. Of course, everyone is always welcome to come back again every month. I do these every month on the first of the month. Sometimes it'll fall on a day where it's like a holiday or something like that, and I will send out an email saying that it's going to be moved. But typically the first of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be here. And if you're looking for a little bit more, I did just recently launch my Wild Within membership. And so right now we are in the founding member phase. So we have some discounts to um, get you guys in if you're interested in being part of a community and having access to 5, 10, 15-minute prompts, um, an additional monthly live circle that's going to be private to the members, and just a warm and creative community that you can chat with in addition to me directly, and you can share what you're doing, whether it's creative writing or art, etc. Everyone will be able to share and get feedback from each other about how it's going. So, for everyone that's in this circle tonight, as a thank you for joining me, I have a discount. So for the first month, it's only going to be $14.50, which is half off the usual monthly membership. That sale is going to end Sunday at midnight, and you can use the code Circle Discount at checkout. And I would really love to have you there. And then there's other fun things that I have on my website as well, if you'd like to check that out. A few courses and fun stuff like that. So I do just want to sincerely thank you all for joining me here today. Um, I would love to connect with you guys on Instagram if you're there. If you decide you want to share any of the artwork that we made together today, you can tag me. I would love to see them. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, Pamela, wow. That is so fun. What was that, like the pencil case or like a Oh, you're on mute.
I started with the tall bottle, and then I went to a smaller bottle, and then I went to the Scotch tape holder, and then the pencil box was behind it.
That's awesome. I love
So
that. Thank you for
is it?
sharing.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I'm pleased.
Oh, good. I'm
No
so glad.
color, but it's a good exercise just to between contour and imagining.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. I'm so glad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I thought you'd like to see it.
Oh, no, no. No, I'm really glad. No, it's totally fine. Yeah, anyone else want to share anything before we close off today? Well, again, very, very glad to have you all here. And I hope to see you next month and maybe even sooner, whether that's in my membership or in any of my courses. Oh, that's a fun little thumbs. I've never seen that little thumbs up thing. That's great. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, I will see you guys next time and I'll see you on the internet.
Yep.
Thanks, Vicky.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.